Welcome back, everyone. Warhammer here with episode 2 of our modded Grand Cathay campaign, playing as Miao Ying. I always try to say Yao Ming, who was a basketball player, so wrong person. But we've taken our starting province and the second one over here, and we're trying to race Xiao Ming to gosh, I have like dyslexia when it comes to reading. Shenyang. So I don't know if we're going to be able to beat him. It's going to be very, very close because he's going to be able to move over the end turn. It's kind of a risk going down here. But we're doing okay. We should switch this back over to control so we can hopefully get back into positive public order so we don't get that negative growth penalty right there. And our caravan, I think, just barely started out. It's going to Marienburg to get the warrant of trade. Let's look at diplomacy. Okay, nothing new right now. The race begins. Oh, we might have a chance. Because he went into encampment stance rather than going to the edge of the border. He might still be able to make it, though. That's going to make me so mad if we don't get there. But it's funny because, like, I've done this campaign before a couple of times, and I've noticed on Legendary he doesn't usually do this well. He usually takes a while to get through his starting enemies, so unfortunately we got unlucky with this campaign, apparently. We still have that Beastmen army around here somewhere. I can't forget about that. Got one of our technology for more ammunition. Yeah, the Beastmen were around here, so we need to be aware of that. Nunley just finished upgrading, so let's go for more growth. We already have this basic stuff there. For a minor settlement, what do we want to do? We're doing okay on funds. We're not doing amazing. Do we just build a control building? I think so. On the inside. It also benefits casualty replenishment. Pomade, let's build the marble for some extra income from trading. There goes all of our money. Okay, yeah, Jiaoming probably won't be able to make it there in one turn. We are still at... Oh, we're not at war with these guys yet, so we can march there, and we'll make sure we get there for sure. Yes. Ha! We'll march her just so she's out of attrition territory from the Warpstone Desert. But we can eventually, like, trade some settlements and get the rest of this province. As long as he doesn't, like, magically have a whole bunch of movement range to make it there. But you never know, the AI likes to cheat in lots of interesting ways. Great Bastion holding that okay so far. Oh, we have contact with the eastern provinces, which is awesome because they're in Lustria for the most part. The only enemy in Cathay that they're at war with are the GT pirates, which are by Lokir Fellheart, so we can probably join some of their wars. May the master of the for some guide us all. Trade agreements. We don't want to do it with the Spirit of Jungle yet, but Johanhapek and the GT pirates. Oh, let's see what Johanhapek gets us. Oh, we don't quite get a trade agreement. What if we join war against the JT pirates too? Okay, we get... Yes, let's do it. And a little bit of gold. Because we want to confederate her as soon as we can, so we can start to get some of her unique units that you can only get through shipbuilding. But I really need to find out where these beastmen went. Okay. Our caravan... I'm trying to remember where it is at the moment. It looks like it's just at the tip of the Darklands at Zarnagran right now. So it may be taking attrition from the Chaos Corruption. I believe we did select the option for the Great Bastion to where we declare war on anyone who attacks the Great Bastion, any neutral factions that declare war on the Great Bastion, so we'll have to deal with those. But once Village declares war here, then it'll start to become a much bigger problem that we'll have to deal with. Hopefully we can take some more territory in Cathay before that happens to build up our economy a little bit more. Okay, our caravan gets an encounter where we can get some peasant archers, actually, with pox arrows. That's cool. Or peasant horsemen. We don't need horsemen because we got Longma, so let's take the arrows. Okay, they're fighting... Looks like those beastmen are fighting the Celestial Loyalists, but they really don't like us, so they're probably going to declare war on us very soon. Yes, we get to beat Xiaoming to his lore capital. This army's outside of the settlement. General. So that's probably going to be the better option. Let's move you forward first.
And dragon, stand as one.
And level you up first as well. Let's go for another point into Searing Doom to make it a little bit cheaper.
Storm Dragon.
Xiangyang welcomes any Cathayan who can aid the Iron Dragon's forges.
Okay, if we pay you, we can't afford to pay you for non-aggression pact. Okay, that's fine. Because we trespassed earlier, so we kind of got pissed off about that.
You haggle.
So we'll milk a little money from him. Oh, are there any bonuses we could get from the Wujing Compass right now? Casualty replenishment. We're not worried about this. Because the Spirit Army, we're not dealing with the Great Bastion yet. Corruption, we're not super worried about. This one might be good for the extra control. Maybe we'll keep it here just until this next caravan finishes to make sure it can get extra units in case that happens. Yeah, so we'll keep it where it is. Oh, I need to select it. That's right. Okay.
The storm abides.
He actually might retreat. Yeah, I was gonna say, because the garrison's pretty weak. He should still be in range to where he has to reinforce. Pyrrhic victory. This one we do want to fight just so we don't lose too much momentum in the campaign. So let's see what kind of map it is. Hopefully it's the Cathay map that has the little alley up the front. I like that one. Okay, it's not. So, it's alright. Let's go to it. Celestial General can be a problem in melee, but Miao Ying is pretty good. First siege battle. Still going after some some Cathay rebels, this time at Shenyang. We are taking Xiaoming's capital before he gets there. It's also our first battle to show off some of our artillery that we just got. We have the Juggernaut. So these guys are kind of similar to flame cannons, but they have really low ammunition. We're getting one extra ammunition from Miao Ying's bonuses, but they have really high damage. So they can do a fair amount if you get them on the right target. Just don't expect them to stick around. So you're going to have to be really careful with them. We also have our Cathayan bolt throwers. Bonus was large, pretty decent range. Not super accurate, but they're decent. But this is a unit I'm most excited to see. We have our Fire Lance Warriors. So, pretty heavy armor, 80, good leadership, good offensive stats actually, and defensive stats, 35 and 33. Once they get the Yang bonus as well. But the big thing is they have their Fire Lances, so we'll actually see them better once we get through the gates and send some melee units that we can actually go use them on. So it only has 20 range, but it does do a fair amount of damage along with fire attacks and explosion damage, so it's really, really cool. And it can be pretty devastating if we get it in the right time. Right now, we're not going to send our units and try to climb the walls because that really hurts our vigor. So right now, we're just peppering some of the defensive forces with our arrows. They are waiting for the reinforcements from the Celestial General, who's bringing some higher rank spearmen and archers. But right now we're just trying to break down the walls. We do have our Jadeclaw Warlord coming in with 2 of his units. The Handheld Gunners, then now Grenadiers, and the Onyx Crewmen as well. Skyjunk got a few good shots off, but the angle of attack's not great, so we're going to move it up actually over the walls so we can get some better shots. We're positioning the Juggernauts ready so that once these gates break open, we can just fire right through and hit those guys. I really like the design of these things too, like the almost looks like a tortoise. But yeah, the Fire Lance Warriors are awesome. I'm very, very excited to use this mod. It's one that I looked for a while, and it wasn't quite updated before the campaign started, but it got updated right before I decided to start recording, so it's great. Ooh. Yep, a little bit of a wait while we get through the walls or the gates. Mostly we're just moving stuff into position right now. We do have the Onyx Crewmen who can go around, try to get on some of these units in the back, but they are starting to build a fair amount of fort towers, so we do have to watch out for them. They have the leadership point over here. That's going to make them fight for a while, because Cathay peasants typically have pretty poor leadership and combat stats, but they make up for it for their high numbers. But when you're doing a siege defender bonus, they get like 10 extra leadership and then a big boost to their melee defense. So, but Skyjunk coming over the walls. Not going to waste its ammo right here, though. We did get one shot on these guys as they retreated, but we're just going to try to position it to where it can kind of shoot down this little alleyway right there. Meowing almost through the gates. We have the Jadeclaw Warlord over here now, so we're able to get through this gate a little bit faster with 2 characters attacking it. We'll see some more close-up combat with him once we get through. But okay on ammunition still. Not really worried about running out. But it looks like a lot of the units are falling back to kind of defend this little alleyway and get behind the barricades over here, but they do have control points over here that we will try to take in a little bit. Alright, we're just about through the gates. Let's see if we can get a shot off with these guys. We do have them off fire at will, just because we didn't want to use their ammunition too hastily. Ha! Kind of a bad shot because one got blocked on the door, but it still did a lot of damage. We'll move them in further so we can get some more shots afterwards. But Jadeclaw Warlord gonna go straight after these guys, get into the thick of melee so we can start getting some damage down. Really good combat stats, high weapon strength, lots of armor piercing. Not too much armor though, but he's very fast, so he can move around quite easily. Our Skyjunk is taking some range fire while it's getting into position, but that's okay for now. Let's take a look over here. Come on, get a good attack animation off. Yeah. Ooh, and get a big old artillery shot with the Skyjunk too. Right on top of it, along with a Searing Doom coming down from our Alchemist. Ooh, decimating those peasants. Yeah, his animations are awesome too. Very, very satisfying textures, voice work. Like I said, it's pretty much a DLC worthy mod. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna come in. We're keeping her on human form for now, so we can still use her magic to heal if we need to. Right now, we're going to team up on the Celestial General, where Jadeclaw Warlord actually takes a big hit from him. He does have magic attacks and high armor piercing, so he's going to be able to do a lot of damage if we're not careful. But we'll start to see our Fire Lance Warriors in just a second. These are the highlight of this battle, in my opinion. We'll see them once they get a little bit closer. Like I said, really short range. And they kind of function similar to the Chameleon Stalkers, so they actually have to kind of be like charging at a unit to get their missile attack off. But see if we can get one in the air. That's so cool. And like the other stuff, they don't have a whole lot of ammunition, but it's so worth it. Oh, that's awesome. But we don't want to get caught in melee because we want to pull back and be able to use all of our ammunition and not lose any guys so they don't lose their attack. But we're going to come up and try to choose some better targets. Big old volley right there. And these peasant spearmen trying to support the Celestial General. But they still got one more shot. Our crossbows and stuff, along with our peasant archers, have moved into place. Start to be able to shoot some of these guys. We're going after the control points on this side and the other side, but they're bringing some units to try to actually stop us. Onyx Crowmen came over here for a bit, trying to chase down some crossbows, but I decided that with so much melee around them, we don't want to get them caught down. They are still infantry-sized stuff, but that doesn't matter when they have really low armor and have a really spread formation, so they're going to get attacked very, very easily by the peasant spearmen. But Jade Lancers getting into a little bit of melee now. We get some range fire, support them. We will use our last ammunition once we get a good target and get to a position where we can do that. Celestial General still want to do a lot of damage, but put quite a hurt on our Alchemist, so we're going to try to move her out of the way so she doesn't take such big hits all the time. But Earthblood going down, trying to heal these Jade Fire Lancers, along with our Alchemist. She's getting targeted down a little bit by these archers in the back. Over here, these archers try to start shooting our peasant spearmen, so we pull them behind the wall a little bit so they can't force them out there. But we do have some guys nearby. We'll start to get on these crossbows as soon as we can. Iron Hill Gunners, this is our first battle with them as well. Getting some nice shots off. But our Juggernaut also in a nice position where it can start to shoot some of these units. It does have a little bit of an arc of fire, so it should be actually be able to hit these peasant archers in the back. Celestial General down to 200 HP. Yang's going to go and finish him off. But Alchemist, let's see if we can get one more volley here. Because we have our non-go Grenadiers as well, who are doing some damage, but still have a little bit of ammunition left on some of our models. We're going to not get it off quite in time on these guys yet, but we're moving on our artillery to go and help. And our units on the side, after capturing these points, are going to come up and fight a little bit over here. They did kind of stonewall us over on this part, though. Spearmen fighting. The crossbows, it looks like, did manage to pull all the way back. Oh, no. They just got caught in the middle by their own units. That's good for us. But Miao Ying tying up some of these archers in melee. Iron Hill Gunners going to move up so they can get a direct line of sight and try to shoot these crossbows. Juggernaut is getting some shots off, but it is having a hard time because of the edge of this terrain right there. So we actually got some of our shots blocked, and the barricade is absorbing a lot of damage. But Fire Lance Warriors getting there's the last shot. I love these guys. We're definitely going to use more of them. Pretty devastating, actually. If you actually look at its missile damage, has pretty high armor piercing and explosive damage, so it can do lots of damage even on heavily armored targets. Jed Club Warlord trying to chase units, but I forgot about the barricade, so he's going to go around the long way trying to catch up to a lot of these units, but we're pretty close to the battle's end. But our Jade Lances are taking a little bit of a fire from these peasants. They have decent armor, but they don't have any shields or anything like that. Armor piercing in melee, but no bonuses, no anti-infantry, no anti-large. Over here, one unit of spearmen finally giving up. Crossbows pulling back as well, but we are going to drop down a big fat Searing Doom on top of these guys. That might be enough to break the leadership of the rest of the garrison. It's pretty close. But we've switched Miao Ying back to human form so we can get some more heals off with Earthblood, because some of our characters and stuff and our Skyjunk did take quite a bit of fire. Luckily for us, it does have a big HP pool. But we do get the win. We got to see some really cool units. We're going to use the leftover time to get some heals on. But Shenyang is ours. Man, I really like those Jade Lance Warriors. That was awesome. I like that. Xing Yang is mine though. Haha, suck it, Zhao Ming. Okay, now the question is, where do we go from here? Oh, he must have just bypassed this settlement because it's normally a minor Skaven faction. That's probably why he got up here so fast. Yeah, does it have any corruption? It doesn't. We'll send down the Tigerman to investigate. No, we don't need you to be super healthy at the moment. If we lose your units, that's okay, as long as we don't lose you as a lord. Eastern Elixirs gives you a heal ability if you're not near any enemies. It's not a. It's a pretty good heal, actually. You might be fighting chaos and vampiric attrition in the east a little bit, so I'm actually fine doing reduced attrition for your army. Miao Ying. Although I really would like to save and get some of this stuff immediately, I think getting some more expensive magic, like Talons of the Knights, are really good. Plus, you can cast that while in dragon form. Your other stuff, this gives recruit rank and recruit duration for Iron Hell Gunners, that's right. Bonuses for Celestial Dragon Guard. Sky Wardens. This one's actually really good, but you can't read it because the list is so long, but it gives bonuses to units when they're below 50% HP. I think I talked about that in the first episode, but yeah. Let's try to get Talons of the Night first. Let's put another point in Flesh to Stone.
The Bastion's defense requires it.
Alchemist. I don't really use these a whole lot, but that might be good. Actually, let's get a point in Plague of Rust. Plague of Rust is really good for fighting something that's heavily armored. Skaven usually don't have that. Dark Elves can have that later. I don't think we need to worry about this right now. Let's do Enchanted Metallurgy. What's actually in Xing Yang? We have this one that just gives straight income. But this gives us income from trade, which can be very useful later in the campaign. So less upfront money, but more from trade, which we're not making a whole lot right now. So we'll leave that. We're going to switch this over to growth, actually,
The majestic defense.
since we don't control the other settlements in the province. But Dudley or something over in the Terracotta Graveyard. We'll save our growth and get Pomade to tier 2 first, but Nunley, we're going to build this up because that's extra control, which means extra growth once we get it high enough. Yeah, we need to start making more income. Our caravan still has 5 turns away. Yeah, it still has 5 turns to go, so we're a little bit further away. When do we gain another caravan slot? I think it's like further up down here, if I remember right. Yeah, right there, widen roads. Okay, so it's a fair amount away. But okay, there are the Skaven. Oh yes, that's definitely why Zhao Ming got up here so fast. We'll take out these guys, that way we can get the settlement and trade it. But diplomacy. Bill Wardens. Defensive Alliance, yes. Oh, we can confederate them right away. Sweet.
For you are in the presence of agreed.
Doesn't really make us any money, but it'll give us one of our unique items. And it's more provinces, which we can use to get more research rate if we want to do that immediately. Or growth. I don't think I can actually afford to build this stuff up at the moment. Because you're tier 2. I think they're all tier 2. Yeah. We should put it on growth because it takes a while to get that up to that point anyway. Plus this reduces construction costs as well for it. Alright, this lets us recruit cavalry. I don't care about that one there. This reduces attrition from chaos waste. Yeah, we don't care about that. unless we're going out there, which we usually don't do that right away. Oh, I forgot that. So if you have a Sanctum, you can actually summon reinforcements, so that's pretty cool. I might keep that then. What are the other stuff we can build? This gives upkeep. This one's actually really good. If you get reduced upkeep, then you can... Actually, we'll keep this one active because this is probably going to get attacked first by Village, but we'll put some of the other ones in over here. Yeah, so if you get this one for reduced upkeep, you can pretty much garrison full armies there once this is maxed out. Like, not have to worry about it. So, but first we're going to go for growth. Dragon Gate. I might leave some okay recruitment here, though, so we can get more Gate Masters. But we'll get rid of that one, though. And we'll keep that one just to kind of see what it does. Does. Okay, we're gonna get a public order penalty because of that, though. Saving our growth for me.
Dragon-blooded Shugunga, master of Feng.
Okay, come back in the settlement. That way you don't take attrition. What's your trait? Martial artist. Oh, it's not bad. You're a Lord of Yang caster, which I do like. So we'll keep you on for a little bit. We'll see what happens if we get attacked up there. It'll be good to have an army already ready if that does happen. So yeah, Skaven can be real nasty. So we have to do our best to wipe these guys out and not have them come after us. I don't think Xiaoming is at war with them, but that might change over this turn. Okay, 2 full armies, almost a third, depending on if they recruit more units. Plus the garrison, so basically 3 armies. Yep, there's Village. Okay, and he's at us right away. Good thing I left that army there.
I must inform you that you
Oh.
will die.
They're gonna wipe out my Tiger Man. Oh no, we've got Xiaoming next to him. Oh no, they're not at war with him. Okay, get that. Oh, dang it. I was so afraid there that we were gonna lose this guy. Oh. I'm surprised they didn't come out and attack us, actually. Okay, for our caravan, your army did take a little bit of damage. So it'll enable us to replenish. Right now, it looks like it's in the World's Edge Mountain, so it's probably not taking attrition from corruption. Let's take cargo then. Disharmony of stone and steel. The wind blows ill, and your soldiers suffer great imbalance. They rage as if possessed, claiming to see enemies all around, screeching to dispense the Emperor's justice. The herbalists claim to have even glimpsed flickering flames behind their eyes. So we could send them all to the Dragon River. We'd have to pay, but then it would reduce construction costs for Yin Buildings faction-wide for 3 turns. Mandatory meditation would give charge bonus. Which is, wait, send them all to the Dragon River. Upon bathing in those sacred waters, not only will their fire be dimmed. Oh, okay. I was like, don't you die? Isn't it like the river Styx if you go into the water? But yeah, apparently they're just sending them to their death, so. But the Spirit Dragon will have their ancestors bear witness to their ugly fury. In their shame, they will know harmony once more. Yeah, the charge bonus is actually not worth it.
Warden of the Great
Okay, we can't make it there in 1 turn. We're pretty much at full ones of magic, so let's just go into encampment stance. Besieging the Great Bastion. We'll keep him in the back, so he's a little bit more safe.
Stand as one.
Go. Full growth there. Or do we go full control first? Because Yin, in the early parts, if you go more Yin, it gives growth as well. casualty replenishment, whereas this one gives income. We need income more than we need casualty replenishment, so. Oh man, let's take a look over here, see what's happening. That's not good that we're getting attacked this early. Plus he's got the
Natural authority.
vassal army coming in as well. Okay, his army's pretty damaged actually. That's good for us. We can't win this in the... Oh, we might be able to win this in the field. Cores. Doom Knights are annoying, especially since we don't have any halberds. What spells do you have? You have blue fire and pink fire along with gleam magic. He can be a real big pain though. Yeah, we don't have magic to deal with this either. Oh, I guess we have Dragon's Breath. We'll wait for a siege battle.
Walk away.
Those are more fun anyway, especially at the Great Bastion.
Child
But
of
building up the
night.
other stuff. This one, where are we gonna put here? Probably the upkeep protection one or growth. Man, I don't know. We'll do. Gosh, this is a hard choice. This does give extra campaign line of sight too, which. Oh yeah, that's right. Building these also gives you a unique banner and ancillary. Let's do that one first. But
Descended from
what level was our
celestial
other? Was our other lord at that we just got back? 1? No, yeah, 1 as well. Okay. Okay, we'll save our money to build up Nangao and Pomei. And just hope nothing bad happens here. I could make peace with you. Oh no, you're at war with Balthazar Gelt too. I don't want to do that. Because he won't like that, and I want to be able to trade with him as soon as I can. Because right now our infrastructure is not very strong. I wonder if I can entice Jiaming to join war against these guys. If we do end up being able to trade a settlement, I want to take the Shrine of the Alchemist rather than Taizu, because that's right next to Skaven territory. So I don't want to lose that and have him take it back anyway.
Dragon
Oh man, 1800 for a peace treaty this early is a lot though. I'm not in dire need of money at the moment. Plus we can make some money with some battles right now. See where this vassal goes. Oh, we've got chaos doors over here too. Ooh, I expected the mod to make Great Bastion more difficult, but okay, this one you could destroy peasant long spearman but gain positive relations with gold tooth. That's not worth it. We'll fight this one real fast. It'll give us some more money as well. Another little caravan battle for us this time. Kills them on an actually very interesting choke point battle. We do little choke points, but we're fighting on a cool bridge, which actually makes me think of both of Rome, but also of the Vikings. There was a very famous story about a Viking berserker actually like fighting to the death, killing like 100 people on a bridge, fighting by himself, holding back the English forces, giving them time for his allies to retreat. So it's pretty cool. We're gonna have our own little stand up here. Jade Longma's in the back, going over here trying to discover some of these units. There are Nablar trappers which do have stock. They are the big issue because their missiles actually can do a fair amount of damage even against armored targets, but because they have so many models per unit, we really got to take these guys out as soon as we can. So we're going to try to occupy them. Jade Longma's getting some nice charges in. Over here we've got a defensive line set up to absorb the charge of some of these guys. But Nablars, our peasant longswordmen don't have charge events versus all, so we're just going to charge them into the Nablars. Halberdiers going after this Slaughtermaster, try to kill him before he gets too many spells down. Flock of Doom can do a fair amount of damage if we're not careful. But over on this side, they're kind of not quite making up their mind what they're doing. Some Nobblers still going around, but these Ogre Bulls decided to turn back along with these Nobbler Trappers. Jade Longwell's still doing a fair amount of damage. 27 kills, 46. We're targeting down the Slaughtermaster, and he goes down with another big volley. Alchemist just supporting right now, but then we're going to drop a big fat Searing Doom on top of them. Jade Longwell's going to come in for a rear charge on some of these guys. We have broken pretty much the entire army except for these two. So unfortunately, a lot of these units are going to come back. Going to try to get some fire on top of them and hopefully not hit our guys too bad. But we actually have peasant archers with ox arrows, which is pretty cool. These are one of the unique units you get in the caravan. So similar to the Bretonnian archers. Do have that poison. Shattered quite a few of the Nobbler units. These trappers still holding out though, and we have the fresh thing of Ogre Bulls still coming in. These guys also decided to turn back for some reason. But we had set up units in the back just in case they came all the way around. But ogres are pretty fast, so they'll get here without too much of a delay. But we kind of have a clump up of our own right here with our longbows trying to kill off these Nobblers and our spears and halberds trying to get position. We're going to target these Ogre Bulls as soon as they get into range, but just barely miss them with the Searing Doom, but it's not a big deal because we hit the Nobblers, and then the Ogre Bulls don't take a whole lot of damage from Searing Doom due to their monstrous size and low model count. But our Jade Halberds, do they get their charge defense up in time? Yes, they do brace a little bit, which is fantastic, but some of our archers were not in guard mode, so they tried to chase these units, unfortunately. So, Ogre Bulls, though, can be very dangerous. Ooh, big charge there, actually. Because our guys are moving, trying to catch up to some of these other guys. So, unfortunately, they are able to push onto these Jade Warriors and avoid the charge reflection. Alchemist kind of caught out as well. Our archers are struggling to get into firing position, where they can actually get on top of those guys. Alchemist, yeah, not doing well, gets knocked over by the Ogre Bulls. Jade Longwell's finally going to try to catch up to these guys and get them broken off, which will drop the balance of power on the Ogre side into our favor quite a bit. So we just got to finish off these last little units. Ogre Bulls taking a fair amount of damage now that we have been able to get some damage off. We also throw it on a Plague of Rust to reduce their armor to 0. That should let our Peasant Spearmen be able to do quite a bit of damage because the Ogre Bulls don't have great melee defense. So be able to deal with them fairly quickly. Just trying to get these last little charges off. I meant to go for the Nobbler Trappers, but it looks like we got caught a little bit, but they've given up. And that is it. Man, Nobblers actually managed to do a fair amount of damage to these Longbow Riders, but you've still got a few turns left. We actually wouldn't get that money from the post-battle option, so yeah, let's take the healing in case we get a really bad encounter. But you have the option to hire some Ogre Bulls. I actually need the money right now more than I need that, so we're going to decline that. It drained my magic. Oh, what did we get? The equipment gained? Banner of the Turtle Bastion, cool. 24 armor. And a follower, Scales of the Celestial Court gives him physical resistance Strider. Cool. It's actually not going to be very useful up here because Voch the Curseling has magic attacks and so does basically everything in his army. So physical resist isn't going to matter. Let's put it on... Let's put it on this guy, actually. Physical resist will help you out. But we do want the extra armor on that Shugun gun. Which, do we have any good magic items to give you? I'm not really worried about Miao Ying right now. Let's kit this lord out, because definitely going to need it. Scroll of Power decreases cooldowns. Let's do the Moss Shard. That gives Spell Mastery. And this is just for spotting. Oh, it actually imbues Sundering Armor for a short period too. Let's give her that to fight Village the Curseling. And sort of striking, melee attack and charge bonus, sure. The Von Carson Blade is unique, so I don't think we can actually lose that. We'll fight with Yaming first, then we'll transfer it over to that guy. Lady. Okay.
Stride on.
Yeah, 3 full armies, plus maybe like a 4th in the settlement. Okay, here's the issue. We can attack the settlement and wipe it out for good. That means we don't have to fight it a second time. But that means you probably won't be able to chase into these other lords and finish them off. I think we attack outside. It means we have to fight the garrison a second time, but I think it'll be worth it. We're gonna move her in channeling stance as well, because I don't think it'll matter a whole lot. But yep. Hopefully this artillery comes into play now. Let's see what we got in store for us. Okay, all Skaven slaves. There's a few clan rats here, a few slingers. Kind of a mix of Skaven slaves, fire throwers, and the garrison. Garrison actually has fermented shielded units. Hopefully we get a good map though. This one can be alright. We're gonna have our work cut out for us though. Luckily we do have healing and we do have some damaging magic from our alchemist. So our artillery is really gonna have to pull its own weight. Let's go for it. This is probably gonna be pretty difficult. We have a massive battle coming our way. Miao Ying leading her army. Staunch line of Jade Warrior spears. Fair amount of archers, mostly peasants at the moment though, but we do have our Firelance warriors. They proved their worth in our battle at Shenyang. But we are going to leave them in the back to guard our artillery. But I forgot to check to see if they have any uses of the menace below. I don't think so though. But we're going to be safe and just do that just in case they come over. But basically 4 full Skaven armies. We've got 3 armies plus a half army and the settlement garrison. So yes, 4 full armies. We're facing over 10,000 units actually, which is pretty nuts. But they're waiting mostly for their reinforcements. We're going to move our Skyjunk in. And in a little bit, we'll start to get some fire into these Skaven slave slingers just to try to entice them to come and attack us. We really do not want to be offensive in this battle. We want them to come to us so our melee units can hold them in place to get the most effect out of our magic and big explosive artillery units. Our Jadeclaw Warlord coming in the back with his 3 units, our Grenadiers, Ironhill Gunners, and Onyx Crowmen, who are going to be all very useful in this battle. But one army being led by a Warlord, the other one a Master Assassin, and the third one by another Warlord, so kind of crazy. Luckily for us though, it's not too many dangerous units. Clan rats still can be pretty nasty, but it's a lot of Skaven slaves. But there are a fair amount of slingers, and there actually is some fire throwers in one of the supporting armies. But we got our work cut out for us. This is a lot of stuff to deal with. We might just run out of ammunition before we can deal with a lot of their stuff. So it's going to come down to stone and steel of our Jade Warriors. We are getting the Ying bonus now, so they get extra armor and charge resist. They are in formation attack, which I don't always like. It's something that sometimes you need to change. Because if you stay in formation attack, not all of your units will try to attack. So if you have places where you can flank, you need to switch that off to get the most out of your melee units. But we're going to turn off fire at will for the most part on everything but our Cathay bolt throwers. Just because we want to save our explosive stuff and fire damage for when they're clumped up a little bit more. But they have got tons and tons of units to throw at us. So right now the bolt thrower is just trying to hit some clan rats, and we'll start to aim for some of these characters once they are a little bit closer. Jade Claw Warlord coming in. We'll see him in action quite a bit in this map, in this battle I should say, because he's going to be quick. He's going to be providing a good flank on this side for us to hold that side and not have to worry too much about them getting into our back line. But they've started to move into position. We're setting up our front line, so it's a little bit better. We're going to bring these Jade Warriors over just in case they try to flank on this side. Alchemist is mounted now, but we're going to be a little bit careful with her because she still doesn't have too great of an armor. But Jade Warriors, we do get our lineup just quite in time, but we didn't get the defensive stats from defensive stats quite fast enough. But we'll still be alright. They're trying to come around the side a little bit, but Sky Giant taking a little bit of fire from these Skaven Slave Slingers, but they have clumped up enough for us that we're going to be able to just get some really good value real soon. Juggernaut still holding its fire for now. We're going to wait for them to clump up when these guys come in, because they are a big group right there. But first thing new comes down on all these Skaven Slaves. 2 Kleinrats in there as well. But now we've started to target down the enemy range with our archers and crossbows. Over on this flank, we use the J-Claw Warlord and our Onyx Crowman to slow these guys down because they're pretty close to catching up to our Iron Hell Gunners and our Grenadiers, and we don't want them to get caught in melee. But this is actually our first time to check these guys out. They actually do something, so they have grenades, as you would think, but they actually have a bound ability called Heaven Slash too, which reduces, it's a hex that reduces nearby enemies, which is pretty cool. Actually, not just nearby enemies, but you can actually choose where it's going to go. So it's pretty useful, actually. Over here, Staunch Line of Spears still holding up. Jade Warriors, 63 kills. Our Peasant Archers did become a little bit overzealous, though, trying to get on there. But we do have Wrath of the Storm going down from Ying, buffing all our units to give way more melee attack and magic damage. Alchemist and her putting a pretty good beating on the enemy Warlord. But we still have not seen probably even half the amount of Skaven units they have to throw at us. They just have waves and waves of units to throw. But Juggernaut maybe try to get a good volley right there. Hopefully it hits, kind of hits in the front of the formation instead of the ones in the back that we're aiming at. So unfortunately did not really get any value on that one. But Alchemist, nice Searing Doom on top of these guys. Going to try to pull our archers back, get them back into where they're not taking damage from the enemy ranged, and they're not running into melee as well. Over here, Grenadiers, 60 kills. Jade-Claw Warlord, holding them down, doing really well himself. Skaven Slaves have terrible stats, so they're barely going to be able to hit this guy, if at all. Plus, we have a nice ability that gives them physical resist. So, yeah, they've got no chance. But we still have 2 characters coming in, Warlord and a Master Assassin. Fire Lances getting their first little volley off onto these Skaven Slaves that were trying to come around. We kind of saved them in reserve, since they can be pretty devastating on groups of units if we can get them in the right position, but we're not going to have them on fire at will right now. We're just going to chase these guys off. But Miao Ying getting heals off sporadically. That Warlord did not quite go down, and Miao Ying got distracted. Alchemist is trying to fight him by himself, but she's taking some good damage in return. Our Bolt Thrower did a fair amount of damage to some of these range units. We are going to switch it on to the Master Assassin a little bit, because that is a target that actually will be nice, but they did manage to sneak some Skaven Slave Spears into the back line while I wasn't watching. These guys got routed off earlier from up here. But the Onyx Crowman have come in to clean up some of these guys. Jade-Claw Warlord doing awesome. Big things of Searing Doom. 237 kills. Going to be no value because it's all against Skaven Slaves, but it's funny. What about our Sky Giant? How many kills is it? It's got 474. Awesome. But Onyx Strowman coming in to help out this backline. We did save these peasant spearmen as well to help them out. Cathay and bolt throwers did lose probably like 2 crew members, but all the artillery pieces are still up and fighting. This warlord managed to push through onto our Iron Hull gunners though, which is a little bit unfortunate. But the alchemist is going to try to finish him off. He's pretty low, so hopefully with this charge she'll break him if she gets the hit off. But she doesn't manage to quite land the charge, so gonna have to wait a little bit more. Fire Lance Warriors, 210 kills. They still have 1 more volley left if we can get them on a good target where they're not shooting uphill. But Skaven still have some units to throw at us. Most of their stuff has been killed, but they still have probably 3/4 of an army left. So like 13, 14, 15 units. Trying to target down this Master Assassin, get that leadership penalty for killing off a Lord. Jade Claw Warlord, though. Gonna find a good target for him now that we dealt with the units on the side. Try to kill this guy off once and for all. Does get a good big hit on there, though. Knocks back some of our units. In return, on here, Grenadiers still getting some good kills. They just barely got attacked in melee, but they are in guard mode, so some of them are still managing to get their range attack off. More reinforcements coming in. Iron Hull Gunners finally free to where they can start to get some shots off. But this Warlord is almost had it, the other one. We'll see if he goes down to the Jade Claw Warlord right here. Might take 2 attacks. But oh yeah, that was a big one. See if we can get the second one, kill him off. Missed that one. Master of Storm's going down from Miao Ying once again, given that melee attack and magic attack buff. Skyjunk is almost out of ammo though. Yes, there. Finally he goes down. They bolt thrower actually getting pretty good value. Taking down this Master Assassin can be very annoying due to its physical resist. But once we target it down, it's going to be a big drop in the enemy's balance of power. Fire Lance Warriors, still 1 shot left. We're going to wait for a juicier target. Just let them come into range of all of our stuff. But we are getting very low on ammunition with a lot of our units. Some of them very close to running out, and still a lot of units from the Skaven coming in. But, you know, you're going to try to chase off this Warlord, kill him or shatter him if possible. Jade Claw Warlord will come in to support the front line now. After a little bit, we're getting some heals off still, since the Alchemist did take quite a bit of damage trying to fight that other Warlord. But yes, there's still a stream of Skaven units. They still have reinforcements left too. What, 3 there and 3 in the other ones? So finally here's the Warp Fire Throwers though. This is probably one of the more dangerous units, but it's so far into the battle that they probably won't be able to get even close. Although we are close to running out of ammunition actually with a lot of stuff, so they actually may get to a point where they can get close enough to get a shot off. Peasant Spearman in the back, coming back finally after chasing off that clan rats with spears who came in the back. We have not yet exhausted the reinforcements yet. Oh, there we finally do. Skyjunk, almost 700 kills. Miao Ying gonna go into dragon form. Try to get some charge attacks on this guy so we knock him down, hopefully. Keep him from escaping. But they are bringing a lot of their miss units to try to target her down. She does have access to the Von Karstein blade though, which is pretty awesome. It gives her frenzy and regeneration. So she's not going to go down anytime soon, especially with so much armor and pretty good defensive stats. Although she's a bigger target now as she's using dragon form. But Grenadiers, almost 100 kills coming in now. Jade Claw Warlord, 93. Alchemist, 237. Let's see if we get our last little volley off right here. We might have held off just because they're pretty damaged and we're targeting them with some of our archers, so. But Juggernaut, I don't know. It's had trouble. It always hits the front of a formation, so I haven't been super impressed with it so far. But maybe right here we'll get one more shot. It does have a long reload time, but come on. Yeah, I don't know if it's something wrong with its targeting, because that was a really hard time actually hitting where you're aiming. Maybe we'll have to do manual fire next time we use it, but yeah, this rocket barrage there from our Fire Lance Warriors. I freaking love these guys. But Skyjunk One more shot left. Oh, actually, that was its last shot right there. But it still has some bombs, which we'll use to good effect up in just a second. But skipping the Skyjunk bombs is kind of crazy since it's so slow, but... Firelance Warriors, almost 300 kills, and most of that has not been in melee, so pretty awesome. This Master Assassin still being annoying, trying to get some attacks on the Skyjunk with his armor-piercing missiles, so kind of annoying, but... Port fire throwers are getting close enough to where they might get a volley, and I didn't think about this too much, so a lot of our units are actually out of ammo, so we're going to struggle to deal with these guys if we're not careful. So we're trying to get the last little arrows we have and shoot them, or run our alchemist into there, but yeah, I guess they decided to target the Skyjunk, which is okay, because it has really high HP, so it can absorb it. Much preferable to it rather than our infantry, who would actually die to those. But Miao Ying took a fair amount of damage, actually, from the enemy ranged, but she does kill off this warlord. We've gotten pretty close to breaking the leadership of everything else. Onyx Crowman, 351 kills, wow. A lot of that cleanup, but that's still very impressive. Grenadiers over here getting some nice lobbed bombs on that side. Miao Ying, still in dragon form, so no heals at the moment, but once we switch over, she will start getting some of that down. But yeah, our Juggernaut, even with its really poor accuracy, it still get 183 kills. Bolt Thrower only got 71, but did use a fair amount of ammunition to take down this Master Assassin. But Skyjunk did get one bomb down and trying to go in for a second. Firelance Warriors getting a charge off on these Clan Rats. Like I said, these guys are pretty good, even in melee. 37 melee attack. Part of that is from Yang and Harmony, but still, they have very high armor piercing too, so they're very, very good. Finally did it though. We'll use the last little bit of our time to heal our Skyjunk and our characters up a little bit, but pretty awesome battle actually. That's one of the biggest battles I've had in a long time. They brought over 10,000 units. Like, it's been a while since we've faced that many. Killed 6,000 of them. We actually didn't really... I would say, hopefully our post-battle loot would be awesome, but we only get 465 from that. We'll just take the replenishment then, since we are going to have to fight some more battles. But hopefully they all stay in range of the settlement. That way we can just fight one more battle and take them all out. That guy retreated too far, but... Do you have enough movement range to make it to the settlement? Yes, you do. And then, Miao Ying should be able to finish off that guy.
Strength is fleeting. Discipline is
So,
eternal.
for you, let's do Eastern Elixirs. That's a nice heal in case you get too low. Band of Eternal Flame, awesome. And, that's right, you're going to lead the
Moment of
attack.
truth.
Wipe them out for good. If we auto-resolve it, we get medium casualties. I'm actually not too worried about that. Most of them are dead. No, actually, well, I always forget. Freaking Jade Warriors are terrible in auto-resolve. I just need to, like, convince myself every time I say, oh, it'll be fine. Bandits of the Silver Road get access to some regiments of renown. Okay, this one you might have to fight to not lose Jade Warriors, but let's level you up first. Let's get Talons of the Night, and then we'll save points to get some of your unique skills.
Grows ever stronger.
Okay, up here you could do this, which gives you flaming and magical attacks, more armor piercing, poison. I think I'll wait on that one. Kind of decide what we're going to be facing more. Let's get Plague of Rust and 1.2 Wizard of the Yellow Wind for a little bit more armor. You
Sprout upwards to wage in.
Call to the Hunt. What is this? So it gives you award saving recruit rank for all Tigermen. Oh, the recruit rank is faction wide though. Okay, we'll do that. And Inspiring Presence, because that gives a passive XP gain per turn. Yeah, we might have to fight this one just because some of our units took so much damage. Yeah, and auto-resolve, so.
Follow my commands.
One last little battle to finish off the Skaven army after we killed 6,000 of them in the previous battle. So, we did decide to auto-resolve one battle taking the settlement, which is kind of a mistake apparently because we took a lot of damage in auto-resolve. Several of our melee units took very heavy casualties, so we're going to do our best to avoid that. Luckily, our Firelance warriors were pretty healthy still. But the Sky Junk, full ammunition again, so it's going to wreak havoc on the Skaven numbers. Bringing over the Alchemist now to try to hold down these guys in case they get too close. We don't want them to get on our Archers. Archers still have a fair amount of units left, so we're going to try to use that to best effect. But you got to watch this volley right here. I love this thing. See if they actually get it off. That just makes me laugh every time. It's so good. Oh, it's such a cool unit. On this side, Skaven Slingers and Clanrats with Spears coming around in the back. Sorry I burped there a little bit in the previous thing I was trying to say. But Juggernaut, can it finally get some kills? Wart Fire Throwers, getting scared off. Okay, it actually was pretty accurate there, trying to kill off those Warp Fire Throwers, but our Bolt Thrower switching targets over here onto the right flank. Our Alchemist over here just holding them in place. But Skyjunk turns, gets a nice volley on them. Over here, they have started to move some units over. We've kept some Jade Warriors and Spears to be able to hold them back eventually. But we're turning some of our Archers and Crossbows to try to get these Slingers down before they can do too much damage. But pretty close to victory. We've weakened a lot. It's just these last little bits coming back. Skyjunk. Pretty nice shot there. Firelance Warriors actually tried to get a volley off right here onto these Skaven Slingers too. But yeah, he's throwing down some Earthblood, trying to keep our Skyjunk healthy. And our Alchemist. Juggernaut. Finally finding its target a little bit, so it doesn't have quite the explosive area of effect that like the fire cannons do. Ooh, a little bit of friendly fire there on our Jade Warriors. But yeah, I think it's for a tier 2 artillery piece, it's not bad. But it does leave something to be desired. We took one casualty. We're pretty low still, and we're in attrition territory.
The storm
I guess
favored.
we're not taking attrition anymore.
Meowing.
Okay, but now that we've dealt with them, do we come down here now? I keep thinking maybe we need to send someone up here. Let's... What can we recruit here at Pomane? Not very much. Let's get an army at Nangao then, so we can get some better stuff. So...
We saw
You got Miao Ying. This actually has some good landmarks because of Shang Wu. I think I actually want to go there.
the majestic defender.
Shang Wu's right here. Oh yeah, we don't have a military access pact with Jiaming yet.
Upon yourself.
We have the negative. We have the Confederation penalty going down too. So yeah, Miao Ying, you're gonna come over this way. Actually, probably should have put her in the settlement. Actually, she'd help a lot more that way.
Strength is fleeting.
Okay. Ooh, we actually have nice recruitment here though.
Harmony before
We could
ferocity.
get more Jade crossbows, fire lancers. We need the artillery building. What else do you have?
I stand apart.
Yeah, let's get
Fire and dragon stand as one.
some Jade crossbows. Then up here, what do we want? Jade Claw Warlord. You get unbreakable melee attack, armor piercing weapon damage, and ward save. He actually might be a really good lord to just stick in Great Bastion. Martial artists. Okay. Violence. Okay, you are free though. So you're the first choice. We actually have access to gun riflemen now. So they're kind of like big muskets, so they have pretty high damage but slow reload time. To fight Norskins, in this early part of the game we don't need armor piercing. Probably not against Tzeentch either, but Village does have a fair amount of armor, so do the heroes. Yeah, let's try some of them. How expensive are they? 168 per turn? That's not very much. We get some Fire Lance. No, we want artillery, actually. We'll get the Juggernaut? This is a little bit cheaper. We'll go for the Bolt Thrower. Because right now, money is an issue. Resist is still going up. Okay, that's good. What you paid me for a peace treaty?
In your crude language if you must. I make no promises as to
16.
the outcome.
So yeah, 1663. If we go just peace, how much are you going to pay me? Okay, you actually get more if you do non-aggression. Burning
Your
Wood.
betrayal. The Celestial Court sanctions your immediate execution.
That's actually a fair amount of money. I'm going to do that, even though it's going to piss off Gelt a little bit. But we're going to need the money to support the armies that we're building.
Emperor's chosen
So this, I don't think we're going to keep it for long. It only takes one turn to get this.
favored daughter.
We'll leave it as is. It's not worth spending money right there since we're going to sell it. Homei, 2 more turns. Nangao, 1 more turn. So yeah, we need to save the money.
The dragon-blooded.
Our Caravan Master. Let's put a point into the stores for you. And got 7 more turns on the compass. I wonder if in the future for Cathay we're going to get like the terracotta or not sentinels, the terracotta army, so like more of a infantry version.
Heed my words well.
Looking at like the real life terracotta warriors. Risa still likes this a fair amount. Sure, why not? We've already got the trade agreement. The money's good. That's the big issue right now. Okay, so they are going to attack. Yeah, we are going to have to fight this. The armor we definitely want on... Actually, how much armor does the Lord have? She has 30. Yeah, we definitely want that in the Lord. But we'll pick this up in episode 3, guys. That'd be a great way to start that episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Warhammer. Have a great day.